You have the comfort as well. So try to get the Orange Energy. Go to Orange headquarters or any of Orange POS to get more information on the Orange Energy. This is 87.9, and the Sansa Plus is still on the market. You know, the cash price for Sansa Plus is $20. Go and purchase the Sansa Plus and use phone today. You have a lot of packages come along with the Sansa Plus. And the cash token is still ongoing. People winning on a daily basis. I got information that someone won $2,500 today. And you know that I want ready to call my heart. And I just got to get into it and win for myself. So I don't have time, man. I gotta go, folks. I gotta go. 4 minutes past 8 o'clock. Okay, he's here, and this song is taking me home as he gets set for the program. Freedom Hard Talk. Junkies Morris is here.
Where to confront people? So with people who saying that the vice president and myself will not work together, I think the vice president doesn't want to work with me. I want to say clearly to the public so they can understand. We have been subjected like a bare ball, and I Samuel Kuga are not going to accept that. Once I was elected as a senator of the country, I must be given the opportunity to recommend my citizen. It is my fiduciary responsibility. I can't sit now, a group of citizens crying on me for job. Then one individual supersedes everything he does, the country work, he does the nation work. Then who am I? If a vice president goes to the president, they say, well, Nima candidate, my candidate, leave it with me. I don't cut say, teamwork, he will listen to him. But in my mind, the vice president should reciprocate. He and mother, he can go to the vice president or the president to say that anything that has to do, please refer to me. Equally so. When we make recommendations, it should be accepted as a legislator of the country. Then show good faith. But you cannot be the only one that will take the shot. Then we live on a wayward. No, I don't think that's the proper way for us to go. And ask Samuel Koga will not accept it. I can tell you for free. Where the period of the time that the Nima elected me for, the time elapsed, and they want to take their job, fine. But the Nima people know that I'm somebody who is a straight talker, and they know that I can defend them, fine. I don't think that is the way we're supposed to go. We need to respect each other in this country. Politics should not be because I got the upper hand, so therefore I can suppress anybody. No, for me, I'm a water. When you tie me on the other side, I can bust another way to make way for me to live. And what I'm saying here is what's happening. It's not secret. The vice president is listening to people that all that man pretty soon he will be vice president running me to somebody. So he believes in it. Maybe he want to elevate me. My disappointment is, number one, now the vice president often tell me, since he got a seat as vice president, how many persons have I recommended in this government to serve in the government as presidential appointee? 0. Every appointment in Nima County was done by him. He and I will discuss something as a brother. To implement it, you will bypass me and do different things. I better keep it. I don't talk on it. Look at what happened in this number 5. If my brother sincerely want to work with me, he's not listening to gossip. And we're working in harmony with respect to each other. You don't think he's supposed to call me and say, my man, the election here. Why you're thinking? Because you are the one over there. Anybody that recommend, I will declare support for that person. It's a dumb deal for me to knock my chest in the district and say, we're carrying the person. And the vice president said, no objection. The senator who came from there, the senator of the country, said that the person, one party mandate, will support the person. But on the contrary, that we agree on something, you deviated from it. If I had gone already to challenge that I will support Agosi Mekwa by all means, or I will support Dori Badi by all means, openly declare, and he's supporting Koto, how the world will look at us. So as an elderly person, I decided to waive everything and say I will not do it. I will be neutral. My neutrality was based on endurance, but I was hurt and felt disgrace in my own district. He doesn't want to lead the neck of Nima County. When you are elected as a senator, it is a full responsibility to take charge of the country. Not vice president, not president. Do you guys want me to sit supinely and be happy when this such a thing is going on? Then what made me senator? Even the party that the old man left for all, may so rest in peace. I'm looking there like an ostracized person. You really dignify me. You want to tell me I'm not organized? Why you think the Limapo elected me as a senator? And that respect is not given to me. We should respect each other. Whosoever attempting to intimidate me with voodoo, with sound of intimidation to say we'll bring somebody to do this, the Liberian way they say that vra. I will die natural death. Nobody will kill me. Because when you came in, I beat you and you will be cursed. The curse will forever remain on your head, and blood stain will remain on your hair, and you will not survive easily. You will end up with disgrace. How can you think, or why would you even think to take away somebody's life? For what? Then the police will know up to, you report their case to, they don't take record on the individual. Can you imagine? So if I were to die, like, yeah, Share, nobody will talk about it. Say, oh, but I remember, say, what gets sugar, why you die for? Is that what the all kind of sickness or disease on me? These things could happen behind the scenes. So I supported Joseph Parker, knowing that by 2023 he'll be tired.
Okay.
Knowing that 2023 he'll be tired, he could have a good heart, good everything good, but the brain is going down. You're not holding the end, you're moving down the hill. This is nature. My father, right now, I buy him paper. Every day I gotta buy a paper. There's a man who bought me paper before. Mm-hmm. I'm buying paper now because the time has reached. So I thought the old man could be president in 2017 and run for this. And he himself said it. He said, when you run for one term, he himself said it. I agree with him. 2023, no, I disagree. In my mind, he should rest, find somebody else. These things could happen behind the scenes. So I supported Joseph Parker, knowing that by 2023 he'll be tired.
Okay.
Knowing that 2023 he'll be tired, he could have a good heart, good everything good, but the brain is going down. You're not holding the end, you're moving down the hill. This is nature. My father, right now, I buy him paper. Every day I gotta buy a paper. There's a man who bought me paper before.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your. Come on, come on, come on. I know y'all sleeping now. Y'all gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people who us. The people lost us.
And so welcome back. Welcome back from the weekend. It was a long one too, very tiring. Howbeit, we are back here today again. Today marks the 27th day of April 2026. And welcome to Freedom Hard Talk here on Freedom FM 87.9.
And now you need to deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrates us.
And your presenter seat tonight. My name is Junkies Morris, your regular presenter. And my host of the show, Austin Kawa, is out there turning to pertinent issues that are of success to this platform and to the country at large. So we will be ably representing him, and we hope to have an interactive night as talking points to be discussed will be as follows. Bwaka touching every facet of the government, instilling fear, terrorizing public officials, tormenting and humiliating officials that were elected by constituencies all around the country, impeding and infringing on legislative functions as required by the Magna Carta, establishing the rule of law and guardians in line with how democratic principles are maintained and nurtured. Yeke is gone. Amara Kone is next. That's the big question.
So why? The government should lie. Why? But at the question that we have.
And the big one is the one that will make Bwaka to jitter tonight. And I can assure you Bwaka will jitter, because this is the fear that Bwaka always have, and this is what will make Bwaka to pay some level of stringent and keen attention to Freedom Hard Talk, because Bwaka is at the verge. He's at the verge. So other issues to be discussed.
Whip your hands, whip your... Come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up small, yeah?
Bwaka eroding the rule of law, Bwaka stamping free speech, and nipping in the bud freedom of expression will be discussed lengthily on this platform as I take a quick break to recognize words from our sponsors, those that power this show. And when I'm back, we recognize our social media followers and delve strictly into our talking points this evening.
Win big today with Win Liberia on Freedom FM. Yes, for just $100 Liberian dollars or 50 cent United States dollars, you can win from 4,000 Liberian dollars up to 10,000 Liberian dollars. And for $200 Liberian dollars or $1 United States dollar on Japa days, you can win from 15,000 Liberian dollars, 50,000 Liberian dollars, 100,000 Liberian dollars, and up to 1 million Liberian dollars. For these amazing prizes, dial *255*1#. Again, dial *255*1#. The more you play, the better your chances. It's Win Liberia Cash Giveaway on Freedom FM.
Are you seeking financial empowerment, dreaming of building your future? Then your solution is Bokonjide Group of Companies. Bokonjide, your trusted partner in microfinance, construction, and general services. We provide microfinance for many institutions like House of Representatives, the Liberian Senate, National Port Authority, Governors Commission, LRA, Gender Ministry, Corporate Development Authority, GAC, and Other Lines Ministry and Agency. with a percentage range from 15% to 20%. At Bokongire, we understand your aspiration, your goals, and your dreams. That's why we offer tailored microfinance solutions designed to uplift individuals and communities alike. Whether you are an entrepreneur with a vision or a family aiming for a better tomorrow, our microfinance services pave the way to financial independence. But that's not all. Bokongire Group of Companies doesn't just stop at microfinance. Our expert construction team brings your architecture dreams to life. From residential to commercial projects, we craft spaces that inspire, innovate, and endure. And when it comes to general services, Bokongire is your one-stop destination. From facility management to logistics, we ensure seamless operation every step of the way. With our apartment rental and furnished apartment for long and short-term stay, you will enjoy the luxury of comfort. Join the thousands who have entrusted their dreams to Bokongire. Experience unmatched professionalism, dedication, and integrity. With Bokongire Group of Companies, your success is not just a goal, it's our mission. Visit our Capitol Building office or find us in the Royal Garden Plaza on Crown Hill, Broad Street, or call today 0770-520-958 or 0777-017-603 or 0886-622-599 or email Bokongire Group of Companies at gmail.com. Bokongire Group of Companies, microfinance, construction, general services, your partner in progress. New Day, do something.
There are crimes in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, you report it. Don't take law in your hand, call the right authority. That it can't take your law in. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human target, enemy you cheche. You wait for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia.
So that was Crime Stopper Liberia, one of our proud sponsors on this show. Crime Stopper Liberia helps power this show and get us going as Freedom Heart Talk. That's why Crime Stopper is always associated with Freedom Heart Talk. Kudos to Ome Semsayon, CEO, Crime Stopper Liberia, providing security services to Liberia and making sure that Liberia becomes a civilized environment where we respect the laws and balance our rights and responsibilities. So thanks to Crime Stopper Liberia. And like I said before going for the quick break we just took, we now recognize our social media followers, then go straight into our talking points for tonight, because tonight has to be firing. Since indeed, Joe Bwaka had already given a clue that there's a need that perennially he be blasted and fired so that the right thing and the needful is done in line with democratic tenets and respect for the rule of law. So basically, on our live stream here, we have Honorable J.D. Williams. She says, I'm watching from Johnsonville. Hersaidu A. Gainda, congratulations. Boima Obento Katie. I'm watching from Hotel Africa, Virginia. Mawata Ability, good evening. Hanan D. Salibia, good evening. Hassanadu A. Gainda, I'm following from my end, Mount Barkley checkpoint. Yes. Katie is following closely. Yes, Katie from district number 17. Peter Lane Gao Roberts is watching us live. Stanley Boso, a very pleasant greetings to the Freedom Heart of Family, sponsored by Crams Topper Liberia, which we're watching live from my residence in Congress City. I'm Stanley Boso. Junkies Morris, we are getting there, just a matter of time. President Weah is coming back to fix the mess caused by UPIC's rescue purpose. Tomansin Wiakofa, good evening to you, Cadre Junkies. I'm watching from Upper Caldwell, Samukatan. Mamai B. Sharif, watching from Ashmore Street. Terry F. Kone is watching from Nipo Street. Sata M. Miller is watching from Soul Clinic Community. Abraham and Addison is watching. J. Lawrence Swa is also following from Broadway District number 17. Sam Madavi Garrison is watching me from the biggest lime tree in Lofa Bridge, Gola Conan District, Grand Cayman County. Abubakar Sherry is following from Clara Town. Fred Tom is watching from RIA Highway. Harris City is also following. He says, good evening, Mr. Morris. I'm following from Caldwell, New Georgia, Grace Corner Terrain Community Resident. Emmanuel Bro, good evening, Junkies Morris and Freedom Heart Talk. As always, I'm watching from Minneapolis, Minnesota, USA on this Monday, April 27, 2026 edition. Agatha Glasgow is watching me from RIA Tingos Village, RIA Highway Tingos Village. Favor L. Morris, she says, hello, Morris. Yeah, hello to you, Favor Morris. Asada Middle is watching. Yes, Venetia's Junior Bar from Recruitan District 16. Yeah, Emmanuel Bros says, unfortunately, the country is well because JMB is riding 1.4 million USD Lexus vehicles, built 10 million USD retirement villa in Foya, and building 3 million USD 3-star house in his Painesville, fly multi-million dollars private jets. Oh, that's for Joe Walker. Okay, and Robert Sloan, thanks very much for what you do for country, monitoring you from New Jersey, USA. And all of our followings, I want to say welcome to the show. I'm Junkies Morris again, and like I said, Senator Amara Kone is on the spotlight. Senator Amara Kone made a statement in regards to what's unfolding at the Capitol building. The president, blatant intrusion and invasion of the legislature, and the president disregard his broad disregard for the rule of law and the constitution of our country that provides for checks and balances amongst the three separate but coordinate branches of government. And Bwaka is all over the place. Evidence of the fact that the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia I will lay this basis so our people grasp from whence we are coming. The Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia, pursuant to Article 66 of the Liberian Constitution, the 1986 revised Constitution, provides for only that body to be the final arbiter of jurisprudence, of matters that are surrounding protecting the laws of the country. It is only the Supreme Court that is clothed with that responsibility to do interpretation and give final opinions, which are only unraveled probably by God, or maybe undue by God, and maybe a mercy from those presiding at the level of the Supreme Court. On that basis, Article 2 was very clear. The framers were smart, intelligent intellectuals who crafted the Constitution, and they were very much crafty enough to underscore that the Constitution, in Article 2 of the Liberian Constitution, that it is the supreme law, whether judicial hearing cases arising from administrative areas, whether I get my private security frame and thievery go on there, somebody go sticker, battery, or air condition, that is Supreme Court or the courts, they are clothed with the responsibility to do interpretation as to who was wrong or who was right, or who's wrong and who's right. That's the essence of the establishment of the Supreme Court. And it was derived during the birth of the Magna Carta that provides for the rule of law, so that, there can be carte blanche or a blank check for who be leader to just carry out whatever they want to do at their will. Like, for instance, that Bwaka is leaning to politicide, to a tendency of politicide, meaning where the power that be goes after perceived political opponents by eliminating them and assassinating them. So this is the trend Bwaka is taking. That's why Bwaka decided to instill fear in the minds of you people, because as you may be aware, it is the mind that controls the body. So once what Bwaka is doing is a show of force in the security sector. They refer to that. I got some security friends there, Alfonso Boku from the Liberian National Fire Service. They can drill me through these security principles and things. It's a show of force. The fact that Bwaka will order a misguided, miscreant like Gregory Kumo to go after students who are peaceful enough, and based on the rules of engagement, the only thing that should be expected in response to that petition for jobs and justice should have been a response in speech or maybe in writing, like they did. That's the rules of engagement. You cannot go against young people who are students and who their parents are selling bitter ball in the market pepper and they are selling coal to send them to school to expand their imagination, and they are clothed with that responsibility to coming back to their parents, to their communities and their neighborhoods, to providing good manners, because it was the singular essence for which their parents and the community supported for them to go to school. So you expect the young people to go to school, they say they're in UL, you are the people, the macrocosm of the larger society, then they can prove that they are at the larger society. They are with the responsibility to come back and teach our mothers and fathers who were not opportune at the time to go to school or to read between the lines in terms of daily happenings. They are called with that responsibility to provide guardians, because we as citizens, every citizen around the world, have two major focus, and they have that focus in terms of what is required of them to provide to their country and what is required of their country to provide to them. And that is the simplest responsibility of each and every citizen of a country, to understand your rights and responsibility as a citizen, to balance it. Because you have a right now, Junkies Morris have the right to appear on this platform and express himself and do his propaganda in line with what's happening with the people. Our people are suffering. The facts are clear. The blatant abuse of the rule of law is pervasive enough that way there in Jiritabo, our people are having a debate. In fact, in Boroken, there in Maryland County, the people are debating that. So those things are not things that are hidden somewhere. They are walking the streets of Morovia, walking the streets of Ganto, walking the streets of Buchanan City, and all over this country. They misguided, reckless, and uncontrollable, excessive bad governance by Joe Bwaka against Liberians is just all over the place, that Liberians are just daydreaming of 2029 when Joe Bwaka is Nicodemously and surreptitiously consolidating power and building an alliance of despots, hoodlums, people who are only interested in violating your rights, in brutalizing you, no matter how peaceful you decided to engage the system. So here is the crux of the matter for tonight's program. Excuse me. I mean, lubricate my esophagus. Because if Bwaka here they want you to be shaking wherever he is. Because I guarantee you, Liberians, where we are, that Bwaka now will turn from Yeke, that they did all of the manipulation, $1.2 million plus being spent for Yeke's removal, and almost $3+ million will be spent for by-election. Monies that should be used, or that should have been used. Monies that should have been used to pay off those 215 approximately 215 persons that were illegally and unjustifiably removed from the Executive Protection Service. $1.3 million. Another planned budget for by-election. That one we're talking about, the one that they already spent to pull in lawmakers' pocket. $1.2 million. The teachers, I shouldn't go to the teachers here. I will come to the teachers. The leaders, the officials, the administrators at the MCSS, the man who is the assistant superintendent of schools at the MCSS, is complaining of not receiving remunerations for more than 7 months now. And to you, our people, we do this as often as possible. Remuneration means all of your benefits, the benefit what you're supposed to get. That includes scratch car, whether they're supposed to pay your whole rent, that they're paying Richard Kuhn whole rent and taking care of everything. Or Richard Kuhn, I know after you lead that position, how you be all of maintain all of that. What I'm thinking of, because when you were, you were a bad ball once upon a time, and you forget that you were a bad ball, and because you saw a few dollars and decided to start looking down on people who you used to be there, then the likelihood of coming to mend fences with those same people with this kind of aggressive raw quest for power that you will be involved with burglary of the third most powerful office in the country, for which it is a case that's pending. And I'm very sure that if nobody raises that tomorrow, Junkies Morris will do it best. Just I'm praying for long life and guardians. Once life is there, we can assure you that God has endowed us with being conversant with records. Will remind you and remind those miscreants who think that this country belongs to they alone. So the fact that you do not support them, even though everyone has the right to give the support to whoever and whatever they want to support, but Joe Boakai with the Unity Party regime and Jeremiah Kuhn, including Richard Namwe Kuhn, who is a de facto illegitimate speaker, and his speakership was long ago declared void ab initio. So he's just there with the power that Boakai is the president, and he's just there because Boakai said to us that he doesn't want to work in line with the Supreme Court ruling or the Supreme Court's opinion or the judiciary, even the legislature. All he wants to do is to work with a regime collaborator, a regime speaker, somebody who will play to his dictates, and somebody who will give in to whatever he wants, serving as president. So on that basis, what we have now is not a democracy. We are now, I would say, into living in a dispensation of a full-fledged totalitarianism headed by a certified public autocratic dictator in Joe Newman Boakai and his desperate vice president who can wait to grab power, even though he does not have the wherewithal to becoming where he is. This is a man who lacks the moral to become vice president of this country, and he is so desperate wanting to become the president of this country. And we have Joe Boakai here consolidating power. Joe Boakai just finished with Yeke. Joe Boakai, through his chief justice, who in fact one of the associate justices said the Supreme Court is corrupt, and it was also vindicated by the U.S. State Department that the Supreme Court is corrupt, headed by Yami Koko Egbese as Chief Justice, that the Supreme Court is corrupt, in a statement coming from the State Department of the U.S. Also, in the words of Associate Justice Yusuf Kaba there in Grand Bassa County, Bikano, expressing that the Supreme Court is a corrupt environment. So for the Supreme Court, we just put it on side. Now, by the grace of God, now we're going. So I want you to be counting it. The Supreme Court already compromised. The Supreme Court is like a two-flared bulldog. The Supreme Court does not have the scruples. Neither does the Supreme Court Chief Justice, Chief Justice Nyamin Gbese, have the spine of all the balls to make decisions that are balanced, fair, spirited, and strictly in line with the rule of law. Yami Koko Gbese does not have the spine, he does not have the scruples, meaning he get a standing to make independent judgments, opinions, and decisions at the level of the Supreme Court, because already we've been told by a senior member on the bench who is Associate Justice Yusuf Kaba in Grand Bassel that the Supreme Court is a black cow, and the Supreme Court have been rendered an environment of excessive corruption, what are usually described as ravenous barracudaism. So the Supreme Court now have been transformed into a money-eating environment where if you go there in the case of Yeke Koluba, because American who is creeping now, Bwaka consolidating power, you're scary. Bwaka already referred to you people as dogs. What did dog can do? As soon as you jab the dog, like I was coming to work this evening, I'll jab one dog, see it running, a put a thing in a tumor, and start running. So you think Bwaka was wrong? Don't you think Bwaka was speaking in line with your attitude? Don't you think that Bwaka is testing your resolve as to whether you are able to bounce back or you will fall flat on your belly? Don't you think so? Are you still sleeping? Are you still hoping in oblivion in 2029 that will be elusive with a Bwaka's consolidation of power, coronating, I say. Yeah, I use the word carefully. Coronating a confidant, a public relations officer to the Bwaka's campaign. Somebody who is a chief spokesperson for a Bwaka win or a Bwaka draft to the presidency. You are sitting and Bwaka is coronating his body, his best friend, somebody who under no condition will let Bwaka down. The only thing he has to offer Bwaka is to give Bwaka the presidency for the second time. You are sitting, Atlee, as Bwaka said, as Grewy with your tail to the tumor, and Bwaka have removed certain lawmaker that was voted for by the people of District Number 10. You're still sitting down there, people of District 10. Hey, he's be making shambo. That Yeke won. The people take Yeke from there. None of you can shake. Shame on you. I repeat, the people of District Number 10, particularly, that support what we do here. I say shame on you that you will remain sitting and Bwaka continues to consolidate power. Bwaka is ousting all of the tough guys, all of the people with manhood that can challenge his hegemony, and you are still sitting. And you expect that when Junkies Morris is arrested one evening or one morning, for you to be calling on different sisterly radio stations, you're really Junkie Morris. That's all you're just waiting for. Oh no, you waiting for 2029 when Janitor Widow will have already consolidated himself with all of the new persons or new individuals that will be appointed, since this batch of commissioners with the term will be expiring soon. The opportunity for Baka to add to his majority and a widow Lee at the National Elections Commission is what you are going to see 2029 in favor of Baka. So I want to know from you, the public, that time will reach when you call, and don't forget, because we are still discussing other issues, to remind me, how will you sort that out? A Baka consolidated power of Jeniton Widow at NEC, a full bench there majority, anything that has to do with ruling in favor of election stealing for Baka is a foregone conclusion. Yes, 7 days to go and file complaint at the NEC. After that, 7 days to go to the court, filing in appeal, all of that. And you go through that process, your appeal will go to the Supreme Court. Who has the Supreme Court? The Supreme Court is verily a unity party now Supreme Court. Evidence of the fact that Yami Koko Gbese is regularly and routinely calling people who are expressing based on the Table Mountain Declaration and the Kamara Abdullah Kamara, which is a KK law that was passed by the legislature and signed into hand bill by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Law was that should be guarding all of us. The Supreme Court is being used to erode that, to dismantle it in broad daylight, and to show us bold-faced, reckless governance that we as Liberians and we that are critical on the government, if we are not careful, will be ejected from the public one by one, carry at their places that they carry our young brothers, sodomize you, force you to have sex with you as a man when sex should be between man and woman, and it is the only intention. That's why they target arresting most of the young people. They don't target usually under any security principle going toward processes that has to do with resistance or demonstration. If there will be anything that will go outside of the way it should be expected, peaceful, the leaders should be the people to be held. But what they do, they catch most of the young people because the essence is to sodomize them. Do you know why they prioritize sodomizing the young people? Because Liberia here, it is a taboo. Our junkies Morris will get a threat that they carry one young man at the NSA or maybe at the police headquarters, carrying at the basement there and sodomizing. So based on that, that young man is sodomizing and nothing comes from out of it. Government, nobody want to do anything to them. Baka and Gregory Coleman was scar-free. That young man lives with that scar, and that, I would say, trauma. That's psychological trauma. The fact that Junkies Morris will be on a platform and aware that 1 or 2, 3 young men were being arrested for protesting against Baka's rule and bad governance, that fear will come in Junkies Morris. Then he will slow down and he will not want to criticize Baka. That is the strategy and tactic they decided to employ in the joint security apparatus. But I want to guarantee you tonight, the last people where you're carrying your sodomized, they stop there. Because an attempt, the way you're coming on Amara now to impeach him, to expel him, we're waiting for you. Anything that has to do with a just called by the Liberian people. And Bwaka thinks that he will come with iron fist. He's so strong. He's strong on urinating on the constitution. He's strong on being condescending on Liberians as a whole, particularly our diaspora Liberians. He's strong on making our people rolling stones and internally displaced people, even though we are not at war. And he had given the platform to criminals, to taking people land by force, using the code system that he had already spoiled. He had already chakla. So the Liberian man will say, because the court right now is not an independent body. The court makes decisions based on the pleasure of President Bwaka. The court makes decisions based on the pleasure of President Bwaka. And I want to say to you tonight, Mr. Bwaka, your SSs, the days of your SSs are gone. Joe Bwaka, the president of this country, I am saying to you, the days of your SSs are gone. We will not sit to allow you consolidate power wrongfully. Then we are wishful of an elusive 2029. It will not be allowed. So I want to say to you tonight, what is coming on the 17th of July will be what will run you out of this place if you can change course before the 17th of July. Mr. Bwaka, if you think that you do it or you go free, you go for Cloud Foundation, nobody can shake. Everybody, the people will say they can talk the taxi tone. Nobody wants to talk. Everybody afraid. The dog and put a thing in a butt. Bwaka, this other dog, Junkies Morris, tail will not get in a butt. I will nip in a butt your bar rule, your bar governance, your aggressive posture toward Liberians. I don't know what they have done to you by giving you power. I don't know that the wrong thing they did to you. And you are so aggressive, disrespectful, and rude to Liberians, showing Liberians ingrate, taking them from their homes, even though the rainy season is here, and you do not care. In fact, you were the last time asking, who? Almost like condemning Liberians. So that question you were asking when a journalist tried to bring your attention to the prevailing situation, the excruciating pains Liberians are going through, you started asking who. It was why you were vindicating by referring to Liberians as dogs. You know why I bring about Amara on the issue? You're sitting down there holding 2029. You're not seeing what's going on in the country. Okay, maybe some seeing and some not seeing. For my little seeing what I see, let me see. Bwaka is playing the game of Kia Ie Baby. Do you know why most people are afraid of cat? Cat is a domestic animal that can be raised and can live with people and understand them, and you feel comfortable, you feel company with them whenever you are lonely and lonesome. But the fact that cat can eat a baby, you always have that fear for cat. Yo, Joseph, that va be that crew. The Bible put the fear in you. Say the one that soon they see me. I'm a picking prophet key. The whole world know prophet key supported me. Prophet Q are clearly supporting me. They may give me a full support. They may raise money and all. Even though they may have causing man cause, but they may raise money for me. They may support me. And as God could have it, I won the election. So, for these guys that are so serious about this country changing and thinking that they can change their country, to make them afraid, let me start eating my own babies. So, for me, cash, they make a woman pay. Men fire him, woman pay now, can't talk plenty. He won't bring your intellectualism to the process. Can't talk about more than $13 billion on the ground, all the thing. 3.7 trillion supposed to be as pro from the other place. We get it so and so resources. You want explore all the thing, and you want make Baka. You know, you want me put the public against Baka like it is now, because it's no longer in secret that Baka is 16 times corrupt than all other governments combined. Evidence of resources are available, and their reckless misusage, misguided workshops, useless travels that have allowed Baka to use billions of the Liberian people money, and to the extent that people who supposed to be paying teachers on time, they themselves are not taking pay. They're crying for pay. So I know what we headed. I thought that the same Baka that said people's salary were being harmonized and they will increase salary. Up to now, nobody's salary can be increased. In fact, tuition for students can be paid. And Baka said those policies were policies that were not granted enough to live Liberia. And now the people are complaining. Students who used to be anxious to go to school and very urged to put their lesson first, they have no way to go back on campus because pecunion is not available. So we all knew that pecunion was always not available for the common people because there had never been any opportunity for them to be lucrative enough to send their children to school. So he instituted that policy so as to allow underprivileged, less fortunate to grapple with modern day reality in terms of comparing those with our brothers from Ghana, our brothers from Cote d'Ivoire, Rwanda, and other places. And this policy have been squashed by Bwaka and his people, Bwaka, Jeremiah Kun, and Richard Kun there. Other than they can even advocate for there to be budget land. And they even have surplus $45 million. They share money and say again. So these are the conversations we are having. Now, you are wishfully thinking of 2029. And you are not even asking yourself with the Jonathan Widow situation. You are not asking yourself, how American who was in a people war room, how they dealing with him that day, and in fact the people want removing a senator. How the people take Yeke who were almost like the chief campaign man and almost like campaign manager. But what happened to Prophet Key, who was leching, and every leching that Prophet Key leched former president they were giving him pecunion. What happened? They put him behind bars 6 months. Be asking yourselves. So it is a show of force politically so as to deter you from coming out and standing against Bwaka's misrule, misguided leadership, and his aggressive posture toward Liberians in making them homeless, allowing foreigners to rob us, denying us of opportunities for jobs, even though the Constitution provides for us to get jobs. There are two separate portions of the Constitution. Article 8 and Article 18 that provides for that to be settled. Even if the government does not have the capacity to provide job for everybody, those that are already employed to provide job security in Limo, Bwaka is not doing anything to fix the problem. All Bwaka is doing, Bwaka is consolidating power. This is the message that I want to get to you, Liberians. So Bwaka tests you to know your intelligence as to whether you will that statement used by him concerning the door situation and understand what Bwaka tried to insinuate. So the insinuation there is dogs are people, let's say dogs are animals that anytime you scare them, they quickly bring down their tails to the tumor and place it right to the tumor, high in the tumor and running away, going to the owner, or maybe passing behind the horse to run away to a safe haven. Dogs usually run away when you put fear in it. When there's someone that can eat gravy, when they're about to kill a gravy, you not a gravy and a gravy not die. What you think a gravy can do? They can put a tail to a tumor in see it running away. So now Bwaka say we're looking. But Bwaka, this guy called Junkies Morris on this platform will not put a tail in a tumor. Do you know why? Because where we are on a stage. We all came here to perform and leave behind good manners. That's the legacy. It is the singular essence of our being here. So why would I be afraid of you? You are just like me. You used to be of my age. You used to be in your 40s. So you are no different from me for how to be afraid. The only line that I would never cross is to disrespect the office of president, is to disrespect your old age. So you are aware that we guard our words and verbiages to you. You are just misguided always in expressing how you feel about the way Liberians see your presidency, because you are intolerant, you are thin-skinned, so you are unable to address Liberians perennially so that at least their fears be allayed, so that at least the excruciating economic pain that goes with psychological posture, so that at least psychosomatically our people can be calm. Because the fact that the hardship will be too excruciating, meaning too much hard to bear, it will definitely play on the mind and breaks down into depression. And what you see will be the case of a former CDC chairman, George Solo, dying on a plane, even though there was not a plane crash. What you see will be a former lawmaker, Solomon Josh, dying at a local clinic, even though he served as lawmaker for 12 years. So these are the lapses that come with the kind of misrule Bwaka is carrying on. These are the lapses where Bwaka spoke of JFK vociferously, loudly, over and over and again, spoke of money, concessions that he would have made amends. Today, Bwaka is whining, milking, dining, celebrating, partying with those bar concession companies, because you Liberians, we told you that this woman is a liar. This woman is somebody who spew falsehood and misinformation. He will only come to you just to get your power. But this is a man who presided over the Senate for 12 years as the president of the Senate and presiding over its deliberations. And under his leadership as the presiding officer over the Liberian Senate, 68 concession agreements were signed and passed on by the Senate, signed before reaching the office of the president, signed by the speaker, the chief clerk, the secretary of the Senate, the pro tem, then the vice president before going to the president for approval, then printed into handbill. Everything is signature there. If Joseph Boakai or the people to bring any document regarding those concession agreements that he said he was making noise on during campaign time to fool you, in fact, it was the same time he told you that if he does not become president, Liberia will be no more. I challenge Boakai and his people to pull up any document in regards to those concessions we always referenced that his signature now on. That he would default away and have conversation with the president, say, man, the president, we're going to do it this way. So in that case, I will advise you veto it, let it go by, my signature will not be on, let it go by, let it be re-deliberated. Boakai never did that. Boakai was in concert with whatever was done against the Liberian people. Boakai was in bed. He was in bed with bad governance. That's why he told you, even if it takes dancing with the devil just to come back to power to complete what they started as a team of kleptocrats, bunch of thieves. Boakai is leading a group of thieves that are really enjoying the speedy, covert, surreptitious, and Nicodemus way Boakai is good at stealing the Liberian people money, and they are enjoying it because the guys are paying their homes. I got some of my young people working with Darius DeLon there with a project on the highway. He was even there over the weekend. I got intel. So the guys are building here there, going to their building spots in the night and doing on basic times. Those times that people are not really focused on activities. Go there in the net, go there soon money before coming to work and other things. So that what they're doing. So you Liberians, you sitting down there and wishfully thinking of 2029, forgetting that the people, in fact, they don't tell you. Unity Party know how to hold power. They know how to maintain power. So you'll be sitting down there. You can see about the Jonathan Widow issue. You waiting for 2029. When Jonathan Widow finish announcing that Joseph Boakai is the president, what you do? What you do? There will be a bar way. So the best thing you do, our junkies Morris say, kill them before they grow. And Boakai say that metaphor. I don't. God. That metaphor you're using, or I don't know that metaphor you're using, or you are using. So kill them before they grow, so that you can be referred to as pigs. The dog already, yeah. Let it stop to the dogs. The way we are dogs. Let me tell you now. Let me give you a small advice. What dog can do sometimes to your reckless father. The same way they got looking at how Boakai looking. Boakai will call us dog because Boakai can keep dog. If Boakai keep dog, that dog will die from starvation. Boakai will be recorded as an owner of dog in a Guinness Book of Record, an owner of dog that allowed, that sat over the presidency, sat over the country as president, control state resources. Then his dog died from starvation. And his dog died from malnutrition. So he shamed to get dog because it's not used to Bwaka to give. before I go to the land, I'll play something here that was said. Let me just take the quick break. Let me take this quick break. And when I come back, I will play for you what Prophet Key said. And I will skip the part that he used profane language. It was one time he used profane language. I will do my best to skip it. Then you listen to Prophet Key, then you know who is Bwaka. Say yourself waiting for 2020. And I'll be making fun. Bwaka didn't with own cheering. Yake gone. Prophet Key gone. Women pay gone. All the critical voices outside. Say my beginning will be frisky, eliminate them for it. Then Junkie Morris and Austin Kawa, KOK then. When they're naming everybody now start getting afraid. But I will not be afraid. Because the other daughter, high-head daughter, cruel, grable door. The woman then, the pepper, the door, yeah. With serious sunkumbaka. That's how we can call it in Meriden. Sunkumbaka, the pepper, the doorway. So the door, yeah, is willing, is willing to be the sacrificial lamb for the survivability of our people and for the civilized nature of our country, Liberia. This place should not be the way it's looking. But because we have people that Bwaka in charge, that's why it is why it is. So I'll take a quick break. I'll be back. Let me recognize our sponsor here, Crown Stopper Liberia. I'll be back. Then I'll play for you what the brother said.
There are crowds in many places, in every community, you know, you can see. So if you see crime unfolded, don't take law in your hands for the real authority. That it can't take your law in. Crime stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a you must take it, and I mean you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must proud to report it. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, old man Sam Cyan.
Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime.
So that was Crime Stopper Liberia. Always doing well for us here on the show. So like I was saying to you, Bwaka is consolidating power. Evidence of what this young man say, who is in jail. He's Prophet Key. Yeah, Prophet Key. I think that's how you call him. The same way you call me Junkie Murray, I think you call that guy Prophet Key. But you're listening to the fellow. Why the brother said about Joe Bwaka?
I see where Joe we are, they respected me. And they respect us again for this president. The president left me the country and he told without seeing the prophet, that they respect. That they respect. Don't respect. The man, I thought for Joseph, but I thought for Joseph, I don't know. I want my platform and generated $1,000. I I sent my man here to Joseph Burger house. When I reached there, Joseph Burger saw and said, the papa open again, one the contact. That kind of beginning kind. Now Papa say, for Prophet Key to say you to me say you will protect my foot, he grandchildren and win. Joseph Burger, who is very cheap. Because GC people are very cheap. Thank you for saying that. GC man he wants to for 1 month. You don't know when GC man called Kasali, he will change it to petroleum green. He will add again change it. They will tend to actually call it toboggi. He will help be teaching the as much as help be bringing them toboggi. So we know that GC people cheap. They don't know how many carry this. But I went to drug and some of them say that cheap papa gave 2,000 to my men. I said because of my issue, you must go protect my phone. I gave them 2,000. 2,000 now stays down. Joseph I gave 2,000 to my men. They make it 11,000 to go. When the children went to grandchildren, so we are men, guy father them, they threatened to kill them. We will bury your ear. You all saw the video. So the people trying to say what he can't go to die there. Who knew of your army? I said the people trying there. They left their family, left their wife, they went there because of me. They reached there. You know the grown men left family. They buy a fire and some children you put yourself in see and let you let you. They control your country. Anywhere you go, you are Liberian. You are still to them. The children stood up to them, and at the end of the day, now the minister bringing money to brand, the children are sent to grandchildren. The children refused the money. And Joseph Burger won 20,000 for? Yes. 20,000 for, there were 30,000 for the grandchildren that never voted. 30,000 for, they may want to swap the vote. But because I sent men in there, they're going to stay on that for the men and put it in. I finally bring money, men refuse it. So out of all people, kind of country now, you tell where you get money, you write a car, them men sample to your home. You are showing yourself to be deceitful. Them men will cause him more, everybody will cause him more. Them men sample to your house, you take picture with people there. You tell where you get money, you write a man in your book. But the men kind of country now, they tell you, oh, don't meet the men, don't do that. They go out, Josh, we are. And y'all mark my word. People that can terrorist me, they can go far.
And that lunatic, y'all listen. The lunatic, the poor beyond bars, I ain't y'all listening to. So, we said we did not lose election. Prophet Key is vindicating that. We continue to say to you, Bwaka is ungrateful, mean, selfish, greedy, corrupt. And his intention to scrape Liberia naked before he can leave this country. That you follow what telling you. Watching your stay 1 year now. He knew the man was causing man cause. He accepted support from the man generated money that the people there Bwaka dealing with. So what more about you Junkie Murray on the platform who did you just start shooting Bwaka? Your mobile just so good dead bear. Bwaka would Bwaka would deal with you. So I just calling on all Liberians using this medium. There is nowhere in the world that you can get anything free. Some of you will be wishing for 2029. That thing we can send message, where God can send no message to you or elect you, it will come. That one that is inevitable. If death comes, 2029 becomes elusive. The last time I had a conversation with the late Representative Solomon George, he said he was running as an independent candidate. So I don't know whether you will be around 2029 to run as an independent candidate. So you that are wishfully thinking of 2029, even though you are sitting and seeing Bwaka aggressively creeping as I don't even want to compare him to Kim Jong-un, because this is a young man that's providing free education, free health, and free housing for his people there in North Korea. So I think I will compare Joe Bwaka to Adolf Hitler. So Joe Bwaka have consolidated his power to the level that he's rendered a full-fledged totalitarian dictator. So the fact that Joe Bwaka had already become a dictator, you as Liberians now will need to stand up against Joe Bwaka's dictatorship so that it does not creep toward the elections where we have a bigger tragedy. We need a process climaxing. We need a process in the interest of democracy. So to do that, you as Liberians, you are the people that Bwaka is afraid of. Bwaka not even thinking about the politician anymore, because I know that they're scary, or who's scary, yeah, nobody knows. So Bwaka is only afraid of you, and you are the only people that can stand up to him. If you continue to sit 2029, oh, my political party, yeah, I carry Junkie Murray for president, Junkie Murray party will win 2029. With Joseph Bwaka bully as the election commission, Junkie Murray will win, I will just be making noise. Say a crew grow, man, I can talk plenty, I just be talking plenty. Waiting will come from inside, nothing that fly. I could make noise. I thought they already consolidated enough forces. You might now borrow some tanks from the accomplices around the place. People who ate and bathed in their crimes against Liberians. So Bwaka is reaching the stage where there will be nobody to speak. Well, so I want to understand something. You want Bwaka to go over Jawia, and they'll be dragging Jawia from his residence, or from the Foke Clone Worship Center, or from Jamaica Resort, or from the headquarters, the newly built modern standard architecture for the mass-based grassroots political party. You won't see them dragging him from there first before you will stand up. So when Bwaka tests, all around, you know that all the roots are being uprooted. Then the man will go for Ouya. Then the man will take Ouya hairs on. In action movies, before the hero gets to the barman, there has to be elimination of all those bodyguards. So Bwaka eliminating all Ouya bodyguard. You'll be on your wishful thinking, man. See, way there in Claratown, whole day, 2029. They're taking all Ouya bodyguard from Orion. In fact, Bwaka is looking at the critical minds, people who are thinking positively, that in a circle, he's eliminating them. Bwaka had already given you a clue that he is a dictator. He is a totalist. He is a tyrant. Bwaka is telling you that this country has been transformed. That's why he said to you that you will see things that you've not seen before, since the establishment or the founding of this great nation. And if people say one man can go on war front, like reason why I'm wasting my breath. I know that's scary. That's why Bwaka call your dogs, because dogs usually they can pull the tail in the between the tumor to run when if somebody just jab them, if somebody just test them, they can pull the tail to the tumor and run. Like If I'm out from this studio and meet a dog out there, especially that is late, that dog will feel insecure that it just see me, myself bracket one on one, and I just go Tommy. The next thing that dog do will put a thing in the butt and start running away. Bwaka already render you that. So for me, I don't want to accept it. The reason I want to accept it because, the woman and they do too much thing there, to make us not to be dogs, and not to be imbeciles and people who are short thinkers and short-sighted. They did their best to apply too much efforts so that we become better people to make our country a great place. So for me, I want to accept it. So I know whether you people accept. For me, I will not accept, and I'm about to go to the land. So I will be here as a known voice saying to Bwaka that enough is enough of your reckless rule. Enough is enough of you as the president that should provide for your citizens' happiness, to be putting your citizens into internally displaced people position and making your citizens rolling stones and using harsh iron fist rule against your citizens while you are unable to protect the territorial integrity and dignity of our country. Our borders are vulnerable. Terrorism is creeping in the region right now as we speak. The region is volatile because right in Mali, there was a serious killing that has to do with the Minister of Defense. If the people can reach to the Minister of Defense, Mali will get a strong military, the people get ammo, carrier vehicle, the people get missiles and all, they get fighter jets that they can fight serious war with terrorists. Now talking about Liberia where Joseph Bwaka vet because Amara Kone say in a true. Joseph Bwaka now won't put money in the military. He just focusing Gregory Como. And Gregory Como are only interested in collecting students who are protesting. And the only thing we hear, students who are just wearing paper, the other person sort of mass. Why they are just keen on sort of massing people cheering but faking people cheering but to the woman that are in the market and the paper then. Y'all gotta hear the news, the information as it is. We will try our best to refine it, but the how it is. That there. They tell our children when they go protest. Where your children go protest? And they were protesting. And you remember June 7? You remember the other days they had several protests in and out. Then while people protesting and the town people are giving them water, so we have provided food for them, provided security for them. Everybody was protected. One person now complain on say, "Oh my hey, oh my ball," but the other time now people go protest. Now you job we are behind. Job we are not even tell you just students. Bwaka scary. That they never put in fear in your for true. You're acting like the thing when he say, "Dog can put a tail between a tumor to run away." So you tell me, so Bwaka tell me you're running away. Why you calling your dog? Look, this country will be ungovernable for Joe Bwaka moving forward if he does not change course. Joe Bwaka will have better Liberia from this platform to wherever we can reach. Make sure that we tell our people that Bwaka should not be given a peaceful reign, because Bwaka cannot have you Liberians sleeping outside. There's no way for you to have even cover clothes so that you can be saved from the cold. Bwaka have even made some serious minded young people from my own community, from the UMU, sleeping on the street because they were taken unaware. They were bashed into by bulldozers in the name of one fuller man say they learn for him. This is what Bwaka doing all around the place. Go all around Monrovia town, go all around the suburb and see the kind of demolition exercises that's ongoing on the orders of Joe Bwaka. The fact that those places had always not supported him, and since he's involved with vengeance, and he is somebody who has personal vendetta, so he's exhibiting that across the board and not even limiting it to just seditions, because he grudged coming back to power. That's why he took all the CDC people from his government. He limit it there. The man going to his own people and or his own United Public people when you want to disagree with him. That they kind of man, Junkie Morimo can't sit down. He can't consolidate power there and sit down and say, yeah, I'm waiting. Which hope do I have for 2029? 2029 will be determined by God. There is no single human being that can determine 2029. Who will live from here to 2029 is at the purview of God. It is the pleasure of God to allow Bwaka to end 2029. It is the pleasure of God to make Musa ability to reach 2029 if he wants to run. And it is the pleasure of God that will allow we are come back. So I can't be waiting for 2029. As a serious man, I will have to put Bwaka feet to the fire, because Bwaka knows that I understand the difference between my right and my responsibility. That's why I'm balancing it here. My responsibility is to prove good manners, to be a good citizen. I should not go against the law. I should be in line with respect for leaders. I should be in line with love for country, love for my fellow or Liberian. I should be in line with putting this country first, because, mind you, as soon Liberia succeed, for instance, like it happened in the mid-60s with UAE, that has its capital as Abu Dhabi and commercial capital as Dubai, when they discovered oil, that Liberia, that shining from Liberia will definitely trickle down to me, Junkies Morris, to enjoy. A Liberia discover anything that will bring wealth. So Liberia first, Liberia first, Liberia first. And because of Liberia, I will die. Because of Liberia, Joe Bwaka, I'm saying this to you. I will not rest until you change course. But if you decide not to change course, as adamant as you always been, with all due respect, you will be given a tasteless Liberia. Your reign will be bitter. It will be ungovernable. And Mr. Bwaka, this platform will be used to make Liberia sour for you for the rest of your life. You will not have peace once you decide for we Liberians that in a majority for us not to have peace. Mr. President Joseph Nyeman Bwaka, once you decide in your mind that, oh, and you used to be making fun out of me the time when I be president and I'm maybe president, I will step on you, I will do the one, I will make it right high. Tari will go, in fact, Tasa will go, you will be spending more. Gap can come down. I will see what you will do. You can't do nothing, you won't try anything. I will send the miscreants heading the police to come and vandalize your property, you'll get brutalized, you'll drag you from your homes, and nobody can do anything, intimidate you with guns and tear gas kind of stuff, and those things that will make you people to think that you are nothing. Bwaka, I'm here on this platform to challenge that, and I can assure you, I will challenge it until God call you and myself. I will not worry. I will not be broken. I will stand tall to challenge you, because you are a misruler, you are a bad person, you are a very vindictive guy. You do not have the ability to change this country for the better. All you want to do is to scrape Liberia naked before you can leave us, which will not be allowed once people like us are around. Mr. President, your respect will be given. The only thing that you will not enjoy peace. Mr. President, once I can leave this platform, And under this platform, there is no job out there. Now I'm talking about the other people that believe in our judgments and don't have kobo dishe washing work to do. Joe Barker, you have a sour laborer, you have a bitter laborer, a tasteless one, and you'll be sorrowful as president because you'll not be given a macro inch to breathe any political air. Everything you are doing is just against the interests of Liberians. That only tyrant can behave the way you are behaving. So, Mr. Boakai, I will refer to you as a replica of Adolf Hitler, and your leadership in my mind is negligible. Call me on those numbers on 0776 104 104, 0776 104 104, 086 500 104, 086 500 104. And our diaspora callers, you alone from the diaspora can call us on the number plus 231 86 500 104, plus 231 86 500 104. This first caller on line 1. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Go ahead quickly.
I'm Lloyd D. Johnson, and I joined the foundation of our Keba community. Hello.
Go ahead. You listen to the.
Yeah, you know what you're saying that is right. So, 2029, no, me tell you a thing that he will play with 2029. No, that 2028 he will feel the vibration.
Thank you. Don't wait for 2029.
But we are waiting for 2029.
If you wait for 2029, you say your name again.
I'm Lloyd D. Johnson.
Keba. Lloyd Johnson, you waiting? You say you decide to wait for 2029. The main person in your point, I give you an example. The main person in your point as election commission, the person they hold the sit down. The other people tell you will soon be expired here. Point other people will get majority there. The Supreme Court, the people who tell you will be expired in people there. What will you do when Boakai decide to steal the election like he did in 2023? And we are now under confusion and give it to him.
But we are necessary will not really listen to him before you.
But that's the first thing.
Those are things that we will fight against. Anything to spark the conflict.
Start it now. Start it now.
It's people in the level we are rating now. We will face him. We see him every day. He will not be saying he will work. We will face him. Thank you.
Thank you. I will leave you there and call, and let's say, and take on the line the chairleader of district number 7. Man, be well. Welcome to the platform.
Thank you for the honor discussion. But you know what I mean? Mr. Morris, it's like the former president who is the most coming president 2029. We're not waiting for 2029 again. We're going to start moving. We're not waiting for that thing at the latest story now. Oh, we're waiting for 2029. No. They say violence taken by force. Whereby they say don't the party suffer violence and violence taken by force. So we have to take it by force. We're not waiting for 2029 again this time around. We are not here to wait to wait for 2029. So maybe our former president, our president said that almost said, us man, we are his excellency. You man is sleeping. It's waking us more. So anytime from now, we march to a place and tell you say, you need to wake up. You need to wake up. We there for you, we speaking for you from the community to another. So you need to wake up. You need to burn a struggle right now. There are a lot of things that are going on here. We can hear you talk, you know, speak only. What are you waiting for? You get chairman. What can you talk? So we need to go there. Maybe the women got to gather themselves to go to us and wake you up. Then you wake up for a slumber. Thank you, my son, for having me.
A call to action by President Weah. This is a call from Madam Beatrice Williams, the chairleader there in PHP community. She's calling President Weah to action. This caller On line 2. Hello. Yeah, of course.
Junkies, there's an emerging dictator in the person of President Joseph Walker and the opposition community and taking it for light. But time is coming in this country that he's not even going to listen to anybody, even from Capitol Hill or even say from the legislature or the Supreme Court. By the way he's conducting himself and trying to silence critical voices, Liberians should brace themselves up for what lies ahead. And until he has got a check, he's going to continue in the same action. There are news coming in the country that he is silent on the Guineans crossing into Liberia territory because he has ceded the land in question to the Guineans. Our lawmakers are sitting down to find it, giving the president whatever he asks for, without asking him questions, only because they have been served the Guinean king.
Yeah, of course. You call the legislature back. Instead, discussing such a serious national security concern that has to do with our territorial integrity, the border with Guinea there, the cessation of Guinean forces on our land, and occupationism. Bwaka only called the legislature back at the Capitol building to dish out money to them to remove a lawmaker, and the essence of calling them back is over. A finish. That all. And to print additional currency so as to hoard the money, and in the end doing for 2029. And Liberians are sitting and still waiting for 2029. Gauze, you say you're waiting for 2029?
It is just unfortunate that we have elected a bunch of spineless people up the hill there. I'm sorry to generalize it because there are a lot of good persons or people amongst them.
But most of them are gluttons. Most of them are gluttons.
Spineless, gluttonious. And the owners is only like people to use their power to remove them. I always say you do not have to wait for an election. As enshrined in the Constitution of Liberia, the power is inherent in the people.
But Richard can show to us that you can remove lawmaker. So you the people now get the main power, then why you afraid?
I'm telling you, Junkie. We can take up people for them by raising signatures. If they don't want to do it, we've locked out the entire capital building. Nobody goes there. Nobody comes there. Those who are on the cover there, then the police are killing.
Liberians got to stand up. God's help.
Definitely, we have to stand up.
That was God's help from district number 7. This other call. Hello. Where you? Yeah, where you?
Hello.
Where you now?
This is Njasa.
Go ahead.
Thank you. You know, your frustration is round with.
Hello.
Hello.
Somebody calls on the program, you say frustration. What is frustration? Who is frustrated? Who is frustrated? If we were frustrated,
Hello.
How are you? Welcome to the show. Your name and you joining me from where?
Yeah, thank you, Morris. I come here.
By God Almighty grace, I am guarded.
This is Ronnie Chad, the home leader. We are the follower of the banquet.
Yeah, V, go ahead quickly. 30 seconds.
Yeah, bro. Bro Morris, let me tell you, I want to tell all citizens and all opposition. 2029 we come with own responsibility. We'll get to 2029. But now, when we say they are not living 2029, the government that we see, that government that for to show you what you because our people there that when they say who get evil in their heart for their friends citizens that they cannot go today. They get the government that you can say you're not leaving 2020 now, but not the government. Because the thing that they're doing today, we all laughing with it. We will be drinking it 2020 now, they will take that, they will break that election, they take it, we will not do nothing. We will just say that, we say we are not leaving because of peace.
Okay.
So that the part the government drinking and so for before that time, we got to stand and facing them.
Okay.
We really fought. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. I'll leave you there and go to line 3 and take this call. Hello.
Correct.
So what do you want to express? You are on.
Nobody experiencing it, but all of them for getting and I see them go to be talking to be at when something happen, people say go to talk something.
You get nothing to say. You get nothing to say.
I just can't get anything to say. I want to try to tell you because me and my TV boy not fair. I think it would do we are to it. All the radio
You say you sedition is not fair. If you are following the show, listen to me. We even take on this platform some of the senior members within the Unity Party Youth Congress. For instance, Hussein Kewu. He's somebody who speaks on this platform for the time he wants to talk, and I allow him. So if you come on a platform and start talking about people frustrated, you won't face the issue. You even know who you're talking to. You know the person's background. You say they're frustrated. You know me? So let's discuss the issue other than you behaving that way. Yeah, you are a librarian. That's why I gave you the opportunity. Don't do that.
But I know that, but the problem is there. The Western you can see.
Okay, so Baba. No problem. No problem. I gave you the time to talk for the public to hear you. Good day, yeah? Okay. This call. Hello? Yeah.
They get a lot of platform in the country.
Be well.
They their own radio station.
Be well.
Their radio station.
Be well.
Yes.
That's my pattern and that's my style. You know the essence of that?
Yeah.
Anytime you want to reach OH, you should respect the people who get OH. That is tomorrow. So for him, they would have met talking. They would have met talking. You can know that they met. Yeah, the men are uncles.
Because they say, hey, you even get job, you not get nothing. You not to get in your own. You can't even do it, not happiness. You get family, but you really want to succeed your family. So that when you come here to tell people they are frustrated,
yeah.
You are the most frustrated being. Let me tell you now, you are the most, go on your radio station, you get a lot of platforms in the country. Go there, go discuss your issue. And they see when we get on their platform, they can cut us off. So we have to do it when you're not speaking you're not making no.
Especially when you want to bring Runa to the people, the country people, good show, we'll call you up.
Yes. You know.
Okay. Okay, man. Be well. I will leave it there. And go to line 5. Hello.
Yeah. Good evening.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Your name and where you joining me from?
My name is Prince Mwani. I'm joining from New Matadi Estate. Hello?
I confuse you. You say you call from where?
My name is Josh. Want to start to know, and I call you from down. Want to start this evening.
Yeah, go ahead, Josh.
All right. Thank you for the topic this evening. There's one listener to this platform of very call. So what very encouraging to call tonight is God is saying the solution. But people don't get here on time to the owners to call and get their view. So I've been listening to this platform for many times. The guy that called Hussein or Hassan Kia.
Hussein Kia.
Yeah, Hussein Kia. Yeah, he always call and discuss good things about the.
A possible say in calling.
Yeah, which I've never monitored. I've never seen that on other platforms that they the party platform to hear the calling and even give them time to talk. They can't happen. But I always monitor on the platform to call, they give them all of the time to speak. You know, so it's good that you keep the show and don't allow them to movie that topic.
Sure. No, man. The way I'm talking, I met a boy. Men discussing here. Look, you saw the conglomeration of men when former President George Manuel Weah had the reburial commemoration of his late father who died in 1983. Men assembled. You had the Yuri, you had the Kimiya, you had the Amarakone, the Biotoawe, the Nukwe, the men assemble. So Bwaka, you making fun. Bwaka, you making fun. Because even if we are former president, we are decides to continue on he bid for Nobel Peace Prize. For me, I can't lie to you. I will not sit to see you stealing the will of the people, Joe Bwaka. That's why it starts from now. We will now wait for 2029. This caller.
Hello.
Your name and you join me from where?
Yeah, my name is I call from Sendell.
Go ahead quickly.
Yeah, thank you ever so much. My third person is Walter Sesulu of UL. He was part of the protest of UL students that stood in front of the American Embassy holding placard with the inscription, Mr. President says, you and George, we are with the laughing today, he working with crushes.
You know, I refer to hold on. I refer to these kinds of people as miscreants. I will repeat that they are miscreants because there had never been in the history of this country where we are sat in the office of president and how Chalk was unleashed on Liberians. No account. So you can't bring that kind of disinformation to spew it to a gullible society like Liberia is. Go ahead, this caller.
Are you doing Jogging Morris?
By God Almighty grace, I am guarded.
Always guide from Freedom FM, from Kings FM, Bana FM, and Radio Moruga. You know, also Liberia, right?
Yeah, also Liberia.
Let me tell you, thank you for the job well done. First of all, my recognition, I'm Chancellor seeking Chair for Operation City National Oregon. You know, you don't have to give credence to those Nikon proof. Nobody are all Nikon proof. They are puppets. No matter what, I mean, we said describe them that way. You come or show and talk rubbish. Why you know you have you can't even get food to eat? They want to express themselves the way to express themselves. The first man I call he talk nonsense. He talking that he learning how to talk. Now you can't well ingredients so let them go Peter this one and go express their grievances.
They're jealous. They're jealous.
There are some friends that you by the who can call and you give them time. Hussein is one of those.
Particularly Hussein Kewu.
On True FM, on Kings FM, even on Freedom FM.
And guess what? Personally, I have not met that young man. We have not met one-on-one.
Yeah,
I know him in person.
You can't on air to never talk stupidness.
You walk out room.
Your generation, you're going to be hungry. Then you still be spending stupidness.
Yeah, you say
you are zero fools. They are uneducated fools.
They are miscreants. This caller online one. Hello.
Yeah, how are you?
By God Almighty grace, I am Gade.
Yeah, this is Miracle Sumo calling from Matali Swan community.
Go ahead. 15 seconds. No time.
Yeah, the fellow who is saying because he is enjoying. You get what I want to say?
Sure.
One person like here. And that together and see how they will solve it.
Yeah, you are right.
Yeah, but he's saying all about people bring the money they want to, but they go to the education. Yes, we have started everywhere. Yeah, then you want to back it. Why do you back your sovereignty? Getting me?
I'm getting you.
That's the problem I got with them. You suffering at me, then you want to back sovereignty. Why you got to tell the truth? Why the fuck wrong? You got to tell the truth.
I'm begging you. Yeah, I'm begging you. I'm public radio. Hello, this caller.
Yeah, my name is President Money calling.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you know, the federal government has really serious embarrassment for let them tell all the 24,500,000 they use to remove Yekakolva from the Kufa. Let them tell all the reason why. That money get used for agriculture sector or health.
If Baka, look,
they're suffering.
I guarantee you, if Baka was in Gabon, Tande Baka is gone. If Baka was somewhere in the Sahel area, Baka is gone. Baka is in Liberia where he refers to his citizens as dogs because anytime he put the police people outside with the shake someone, the citizen can put a thing in a tumor in a body, start running away. Yeah, so Baka have a free ride. Then the opposition people will say they won't take presidency. They depending on I wouldn't get nothing, I wouldn't get no protection. They just sitting down, they close their mouths. They are not saying anything, they talking nothing, no action from them. They even doing anything to support our effort, but they want kind of power. We must put pressure on Baka, and then they can't enjoy the milk.
I will not be open the food now because things that they go on, you're not able to see anything.
They can talk.
Something that the citizen will be convinced, oh yeah, the person will pay for us.
Baka just going with all these excesses, using money wastefully, in fact, recklessly disregarding the laws that should provide for security and protection of all citizens in our country.
You will say in America, everything is okay. When you will say things that you know the sovereign in the country will be a mountain, who are people are sovereign that I want to go
I will leave you there. I will leave you there and just squeezing two more calls. A quarter a night to be here on tomorrow. Yeah, because time is fast spent. Time is usually the enemy on the radio. Greetings.
Hello.
How are you?
Not bad, brother.
Yeah, your name and you joining me from where?
I'm doing well for this country, but Liberian people they had to learn though better. Look for that over to go in America, say his countries, everything is well. It showed to me that the Lucien, I will conclude all of them, they are wicked people and witchcraft.
That statement, that statement is not good.
They put the screen.
You can't say the Lucians. You can't say the Lucians. Hello?
Yeah.
No. Joe Baka by himself is an old man that decided to be wicked.
Did you say everything well? So all of that is saying, they ain't talking, so all of that is saying people, they are wicked people. Thank you, man.
I'll leave you there and squeeze in my last call. Then I'll call it a night. Hello?
Good afternoon, Maurice.
Go ahead, quickly.
You know, they are free. And they are free.
Yeah, you say your name? Okay, Mabino. After the show, you need to call my number. Call me. After the show, call me on 0775 666 050 0775 666 050. We need to talk. Yeah, so quickly, go ahead.
You know, I enjoyed it also like my president and the opposition that they were together. And coming in.
That was the assembly, the conglomeration of men. That was the assembly and conglomeration of men.
I said that small thing, the one I can call it no more can go to her. I can get it one. That small thing like that, small spooner crack. We say the opposition are coming together. Waka will not take power again no more.
Yeah, but
the party feeling damaged. I said that small thing like that. I was there in a put my forward, laughing at check.
Waka jittering.
And to say I was not in the district, Morris, that was seriously been die. But me, any corner I pass, I'm bombing there.
Keep it up.
I'm talking there.
Blast those carfors. Blast them. Blast them. They have nothing to offer.
Yes.
Thank you, then.
Thank you, Papa.
Thank you. I'll leave you and squeeze in my last call. This is an exception. Hello.
Yeah. How you doing?
By God's grace. Oh, you can't sleep on us? Look at this boy. We're doing serious matter here. You can't sleep on us. I will squeeze you in as an exception. Yeah. Yeah, the last time I told you call me, you call me. Wow.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber. Stop sleeping. My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber. Stop sleeping. Wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up small, yeah? Okay, let's go.
Again, that's how we call it a night. And I want to say thanks to every one of you that followed. Those that called and were successful. Those that tried calling. Our silent listener who always sit by and listen to us all through the 2 hours. This is Freedom Hard Talk, and I'll be here tomorrow, Tuesday, the 28th of April, 2026, to bring you another fresh edition of the program, Freedom Hard Talk, here on Freedom FM 87.9. I'm leaving you in the capable hands of Gerald Morris, and he will be taking over immediately. I'm out from here. And from my end, I want to say bye-bye to everyone that followed this show, all Liberians. Keep it cool. Let's keep this place peaceful. But at the same time, let us not allow Mr. Joe Barker, who shows pervasively portraying to Liberians that he's heartless, he's greedy, mean, selfish, and is a thief. There's no need we give him a macro inch to continue milking the country resources while we are just wallowing in abject poverty. Even the way I'm going home now, we don't even know how it will be like for tomorrow. Everybody, no matter who you are, everybody is complaining, and this is the situation. All Liberians, let us join forces, all hands on deck, to make sure that we get rid of Bwaka, who is that disease. We need to get rid of the disease that referring to us in disdainful and condescending manner, so that Liberia become a better place that will be safe. Liberia will be stable. Liberia will be peaceful. Liberia will become a just place where we will prosper and develop And all Liberian citizens will balance their rights and responsibilities properly. Thank you. Bye-bye from my end. My name is Junkies Morris, and I'll be here tomorrow again blasting these CAFOs headed by Joseph Nyimambuaka and Jeremiah Kun, to include Rachel Kun, a de facto speaker who is illegitimate. Yeah, bye-bye. I'll see you all tomorrow. We'll talk to you plenty again.
The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us so. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They get lied, they get steal, they go round the corrupt and with the promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now you need to deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrates us. So why does you lie? Why does you steal? Why does you allow the citizens to be? You see, we just tell you that why we both tell you. But you fool us. My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up when you slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on.